Hi, grade 4-5s. I know you haven't seen me in a little while. I apologize for that. I hope that you all found the multiplication and division quiz on Kahoot yesterday fairly simple and that you feel like we are ready to move on. We are going to circle back to time. I know my grade 4s, we did a little bit of time in the beginning of the year and there was still some confusion, so I said we would come back to it closer to the end of the year, so here we are. And then I'll be introducing a few other things for those of you who feel comfortable with time so that it still feels like a bit of a challenge. Okay, so, all right, let's see how we're going to do this here. So, a few things about time. Analog. Okay, an analog clock looks like this. Something that you would maybe normally see in a classroom or on a watch. Okay, digital. Digital time looks something like this. You might see that maybe on your stove or a microwave or an alarm clock, okay? That is called digital. Okay, we should know by now that the big hand is our minute hand, okay? We know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. We should know that our small hand is telling us the hour. And there are 24 hours in one day. So when we tell time like this, whether it's digital or analog, it's called standard time. Okay, so for example, 3 o'clock p.m. standard time. We know that we go from 1 to 12, and we do that 2 times because there's 24 hours in a day. And the first set is a.m. and the second set is p.m. That is standard time. There's also something called military time. You might hear it in movies. If you're ever listening to them radio each other, it'll sound something like, instead of saying 3 o'clock, it'll say 1500 hours. Okay, and all it's doing is adding the 3 on top of the 12. So once the clock gets to noon, gets to 12, instead of going back to 1 o'clock and being p.m., it just keeps going. So it goes 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, etc. until it gets to 24 hours. Okay, and at the 24 hours, it's back at 0. Okay, so we'll talk more about military time. Time zones. Okay, there are 24 different time zones. The whole world does not all have, for example, 1 o'clock p.m. at the same time all over the world, okay? So in Toronto, where we are now, we have Eastern time, okay? So I will show you why that is. Bear with me. I have a lemon, because I don't have my globe with me. I have a lemon that I've painted like a globe. And then I've got my little handy dandy flashlight, which I've made into the sun. So bear with me, for explanation purposes, let's pretend our little pin here is Canada, or let's say Toronto, okay? So let's say I put this in here and that's where Toronto is. Okay. And then let's use another one, and I'm gonna say put this pin, and I'd say pretty opposite is maybe Australia down here. All right. Does that look about right? Yeah, looks about right. Okay. So we all know that the Earth does not sit exactly straight. If you look at any globe, like the ones we had in our classroom, it's on a little bit of a tilt. And it doesn't just stay still. The Earth rotates every day, keeps going. That's where we get our time from, because it takes 24 hours for the Earth to do a complete 360-degree spin. So that's where our 24 hours comes from in a day, because that's how long it takes the Earth to go around, and the sun stays in the same spot. So let's pretend it is shining on beautiful Toronto. We would love to see some sunshine and melt all the snow away. Here we go. So the sun is shining on Toronto. In Australia, it's nighttime. So they don't have the same time zone as us. That's why the Earth is split up into 24 different time zones. So again, ours is called Eastern Time. And as you can see, when the sun is shining on us, it's not in the back. But then, as the day goes on, okay, when Australia has daylight, it's our nighttime. Okay, so they have a different time zone than us. That is why the Earth is divided into 24 time zones. So sometimes if you're watching a TV program, it'll say it will be on, for example, Tuesday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or Pacific Time, or wherever the show is going to be programmed, and you have to follow along accordingly. Okay, so the whole world is not on the same time zone, and now you know why. So I think that is it for today. That is the very basics of working with time. And I know this might be easy for some of you. So I just want you to understand why I'm working a little bit slowly in the beginning when it comes to certain things, whether it was for multiplication or division. It's because not everybody works at the same pace, and I don't have you guys sitting in front of me to be able to raise your hand or ask questions, or for me to come around and see your work and realize maybe there's something that you're doing wrong and I can help you. So I really need to do day by day and start slowly, so that when I see your answers, if I see some people aren't getting it right, then I can slow down, and if I see everyone's doing really well, then I can just move on. But I don't want anyone at home to feel stressed, like they're not understanding. So bear with me. I know it might be easy for some of you, and you know what, lucky you. But some of us are strong and really good at some things, and some of us maybe have other strengths and other skills. So that is it for today. I miss you guys. I hope all is well, and I look forward to more videos. Bye.